Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to go over some Twitter information. Sometimes I get some information off Twitter from a bunch of guys. This is mainly uranium. I've got a couple of things in there that are non-uranium just because I liked it and I wanted to throw it in there. So it's mainly uranium. Lots of information that is positive for uranium coming out. And I'd like to go over it with the entire channel. So let's dive in. I'll show you what I got. And this is off of Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at finding_finance. That's my, is it called Twitter name or whatever? So if you want to add me on there, go ahead and do that. So here we go, guys. This is John Quakes. Yeehaw, Belgium's federal government has decided to postpone the nation's pound nuclear exit, announcing that it instead plans to extend the operating lives of its youngest reactors by 10 more years. And another thing I wanted to kind of jump in here and comment about is this is going to put a lot of pressure on the uranium market with some of these reactors not going offline. And then some of them, in my opinion, are going to come back. If we have shortages of minerals that we can't just ramp up some other alternative, I think they're going to not decommission, recommission. They're going to recommission some decommissioned nuclear power plants in the future. We're going to see that. So jumping in here, we got Kevin Bamborough. It says another major extension for a couple pound nuclear reactors, hashtag nuclear reactors. Instead of 5 years to 8 years for these two, it will be years each. So was 13 years times 500,000 pounds, now 56 years times 500,000 pounds of uranium. That's 21.5 million pounds of added demand, just like that. And that's talking about the extension. We could easily see prices 2 to 3x in just a couple of weeks as USA is poised to ban Russian pound uranium and related services. Hold on tight, it's going to get wild. Looking here, Quakes, today Sput regained its 3 billion NAV while surpassing 52 million pounds stacked pound uranium milestone. Have raised an incredible 1.59 billion from the ATM on Canada's TSX in 148 trading sessions, stacking on average of 228,000 pounds per session. Pretty crazy. Looking on the right-hand side, and sometimes I like looking at other people's charts. This is Camco. We can see this little pause back in the middle of 2000. In the middle of 2000s, that little pause. Perhaps this is a similar look to 2005 when we go up and retest the resistance of the all-time high going across. And if we hit to 200 plus pound uranium, maybe we're up there at the moon. But I always like looking at other people's charts to see what they've got. And I am a softie for charts, guys. I really am. So this is Energy Fuels. This is Northstar69. Posted it on Twitter. This thing looks like it's just getting going. And he says could happen again anytime. Here's the target area way up there. Basically a double high. And we've got a long way to go if that were to happen, according to in his opinion. We've got soaring gas prices are hurting Americans. It's time for more stimulus checks. The reason I put this in there, if they send out more stimulus, this is not going to help the price of gas. It's going to fuel the demand for it. If they were to do something similar to that. We've got down here, Warsaw plans to have its first nuclear power plant operating in 2033. The ministry expects Poland to have a total of 6 to 9 gigawatts of nuclear power by 2043, which will account for around 10% of power generation. So there are some more people putting in nuclear. We've got uranium price here. This thing is at $57. Nice big move, little pullback, and I think we're going to re-engage to the upside. It's time to go ballistic, man. It's going to go vertical. That's, I think, Top Gun. We've got the St. Patrick's Day uranium. This guy was in The Big Short, and he's the one that says, now I own a boat. This is after the big move. On the right-hand side here, this is a reminder of the Fed funds rate getting increased after the first rate hike. And as example, Camco taking off directly after it. This is the rotation of money flows. Rotation of money flows come piling in after that rate hike. Moving back over, we're going to go left and then right. This is the Huey to gold ratio. I just wanted to touch on this. I saw it. This ratio is looking like it's going to break out at any point, and that the momentum has turned positive here for that break below, or I should say above, the downtrend line. So that is positive there. Looking at a pause in the rotation to real assets, this is 11 weeks in year to date. ARCs come up a little bit, Ethereum, Bitcoin, QQQQ, TLT, SPY, and then we've got gold, platinum, silver, uranium, and oil. Kevin says, it's these extensions and restarts that will ramp up demand fast. Blow the doors off supply-demand models that are so wrong, it's comical. Pound uranium price is set for an epic fast run to $200 a pound and could see unimaginable heights given Russian sanctions and energy costs. I agree. Going back to the left-hand side, we got North Star again. This is a silver chart, the silver miners chart. SILJ is the ticker symbol. We're moving on sideways. This thing looks like we're coming up out of this falling wedge, and we're going to try to come above that resistance line in the future. We'll probably pause there, and I just wanted to show that. Moving on down, this is URA over uranium, the uranium futures price. Here's the neckline. So you've got this line coming down. So we came on down, we did a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. You could even say that this is a double booty bottom, that we hit our head and we kind of just pulled back. So it's creating another shoulder. Then if we break this neckline, it's game on, man. It is way game on. Now, I know we're not that close. We still have a lot of room to move up before we even hit the neckline. So it's got a long ways to go, guys, for the uranium ETF URA to appreciate against the uranium futures market. And then looking at this is kind of ridiculous here. This is the United States inflation rate year over year. And we've been in this declining inflation rate environment, and it looks like we're about to take a little run at the trend line here. We break this trend line, we're going to be moving a lot higher to the upside for uranium, for inflation. Now, what I'm looking at here, and just to kind of give you my opinion, is inflation, I think, is going to remain high because of the housing starts. And that is going to be a driver of money rotation. All this money is going to rotate from stocks and bonds over to this type of investments over time. And the increasing interest rate will be the driver of it. When people start losing money in their accounts, money managers and whatnot, in their bond portfolios, the stock market's not going to like higher rates. And that highly depends on how fast rates go up. If they go really slow, stocks may remain resilient and bounce and go sideways and consolidate, so to speak. If they raise a little bit faster, I think it's going to be a very quick death for the bond market and stock market. So it does depend on how fast rates go up. The market may force rates to go higher or try to. So watch the 10-year yield. The interest rate is a huge deal. It prices all assets. So that's one thing that we should be watching. You can see it in my market updates every weekend. I usually put a market condition ratio video clip out, and you can see all the market conditions and how they're changing against each other. So that's very important to understand that. So that's what I've got for today, guys. If you guys want to check out my website, it's a link in the bottom there. It's the findings-value.com. You can sign up if you want. You can get a silver membership, which is just the membership for the financial education stuff. Platinum membership gets you everything, financial education. It gets you the individual stocks and the charting of those stocks. You can see my portfolio and what I hold in my portfolio. And we are going to do calls every once in a while as well for the platinum members. And you can talk to me and ask questions and all that if you want to. And you can always upgrade your membership from a silver to a platinum. If you did the yearly, don't be afraid. Just shoot me a message You can go month to month, you can go year, doesn't matter. And I can refund you the money that you put in if you just signed up and you want to change to a platinum. No big deal. Thanks for listening, guys. This is Finding Value.